Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. Um, this morning, I am going to talk a little bit about specialness. Uh, the teachings of the North of the Medicine Wheel, one of these great teachings, which is the direction that guides us into becoming our own greatest teacher. The understanding being that there is no greater guru in the world for you than you. You are the only person that is with yourself 24/7. You are the only one who knows and understands experientially your positionality, the place that you experience the world from. And so this direction that guides us into cultivating that inner teacher, that one who is there, non-attached to the outcome, guiding us in right action, right loving, right relationship, and right perception, is cultivated through one of a bunch of practices, but the one I want to talk about this morning because it's come up a bunch lately as people discuss tirade and potentially have very hard challenges with how different people are navigating quarantine. And this notion of specialness is a really important one to look at in these times. We, specifically as Northerners and Westerners, tend to think we're pretty special. And I think this comes out of a desperate need through sort of a homogeneity of culture to reclaim our individuality. But individuality and specialness are not the same thing. In the North of the Medicine Wheel teachings, we ask and are asked to practice not being special. The definition of special is actually one that is based in comparative measurement. Comparison always takes us away from the heart. Always, always. The moment we compare ourselves to anybody or anything, the moment we compare ourselves to ourselves in the past or even predict into the future, we actually can't have our heart needs met. This is really core and fundamental teaching. So this notion of not being special is not about not being an individual. It is not about not being unique. In fact, specialness is sort of a perversion of the concept of carrying your original medicine. So I'll talk about that too. But this practice of not being special, when I first learned it, I didn't like it very much. I found it really, it rubbed me wrong. I so desperately wanted to be special. I think we all do. And I think in seeking specialness, we seek, what we're actually seeking is being heard and being understood and being seen and being able to carry forth the unique ways we're here to mark the world and imprint the world. But because there tends to be woundings in these areas, we seek that individuation through becoming special and practicing specialness. And often that specialness comes with a lot of story. And it often, because in its definition, it is to be considered better, greater, or different than what is usual. Better, different, or greater than what is usual. So we want to look at that because what that means is when we're practicing specialness, we are actually saying, well, we are better, greater, or different than. And we aren't. We are part of something that is a horizontal hierarchy. We're not, there's no vertical hierarchy in rising above, ironically, in the titling of these talks. So how many times and in how many ways is our need to be special determining our actions, our choices, our stories, our narratives? And when we are practicing what everybody in the world essentially is being asked to practice right now, a little visitor, a little four-legged furred one here, then we are being asked to not see ourselves as greater or different or better than. We are asked to stay home. And that means a lot of different things for a lot of different people. Daily right now, I am so brutally almost aware of my privilege. Look where I sit. This is my yard. And there are people in very small, cramped spaces, and there are many, many people in some very small and cramped spaces. And there are countries that are in official lockdown, like you cannot go out. So, oh my goodness, how badly do we all miss each other? For myself and our family, we are in week 5. And my best friend, who is also one of my great teachers, and I were speaking last night about how each week has sort of had a different theme. And I can feel it in myself. I miss people. I miss hugging people. Ooh, like something is radically wrong because my heart can't connect to their hearts in a physical manner. I miss going to incredible places in nature. I miss land that's on the mainland. I'm living on Vancouver Island right now, so it is land that I visit regularly that feeds me deeply. It's also land that is close to the lower mainland. It is in the lower mainland, essentially. And it's land that many people are scurrying towards and moving towards, seeking recreation, seeking health, seeking the outdoors, seeking nature. Wonderful, amazing things to be in relationship with. But just a reminder that if everybody could do this, if everyone had the resources to access those choices, and everyone could, then what we're doing right now wouldn't work. So in these upcoming, possibly weeks, I invite us to remember that we are not special. I also want to look at the perversion of specialness, or the perversion of original medicine and how it leads to this idea of specialness. Each of us has, if you go back to one of my prior videos, I can't remember which one, has a unique way in which we mark and imprint the world. Our fingerprints are unique in all of time. Our cornea, the makeup of the coloration, is unique in all of time. The vocal resonance of our voice, unique in all of time. And this is understood to be our original medicine. This is what we're here to bring to the world. But each of us has it. It is unique in each of us, but each of us has it. So it is actually not special. It's just what we're here to do and who we're here to be. So today, I invite you to explore your own original medicine. What do you think you're here to share with the world? What are the unique ways you see the world? And how can your voice sing new life and new story into creation? And how can you do all of that while not being special? So I leave you with these ideas as little seeds. May they germinate into wisdom for you, into right action, Yankai, into right loving and right relationship with all beings, Munai, and into right perception, ways of seeing yourself in the world, Yanchai. Sweet ones, have a beautiful day. All my relations.